Hi everyone. Yesterday we have discussed our Rowe's theorem and mean value theorem. We have discussed about its yesterday statement. Then after that we have discussed its geometrical interpretation. Then we have discussed one or two examples on basis. Now we have again here with some examples which are based on our Rowe's and mean value theorem. What is we have given that? It's given that in problem it's given that for the function fx x cube minus 6x square plus ax plus b on interval close interval 1 3, Rowe's theorem holds with c is equal to 2 plus 1 by root 3. We have to find the values of a and b. Now what is the Rowe's theorem? Again I'm going to revise your statement there. For any values function fx, what is the condition there? We have three conditions there. That what is that? First, our function must be continuous in the closed interval ab. Then our second condition of fx must be differentiable in the open interval ab. Then we have f of a equal to f of b. Then there is at least one value of c such that f dash c is equal to 0. This is the statement of Rowe's. Then we have to check its continuity, then its differentiability. We have to check its continuity in the closed interval. Then we have to check its differentiability in the open interval ab. Then we have to be so it's our fa equal to f of b, means the function value on its extremities is equal there. Then after that we have to find some c that's for which it's lie in the interval there. But it's it is one of the application based problem there. Now here we have given a point c there. It is 2 plus 1 by root 3 which belongs to our 1 and 3. Now but we have to find out the variables value a and b there. Then how can we get the variables value there? We are going to first off we have to verify a Rowe's theorem. We started with we have the function. What do you have the function? We have the function is x cube minus 6x square plus ax plus b. Now fx is continuous. Why it is continuous? Because being polynomial in fx, our fx is continuous in closed interval 1 3, since our fx is what? Fx is a polynomial. In continuity we have discussed that our polynomial function is continuous everywhere, and now it's a continuous in closed interval 1 by 3. Also what we have f dash x. What is our f dash x? We have get here 3x square minus 2 6 12x plus a. What we get? Derivative is we are going to be take the derivative there. What we get here? We have get here 3x square minus 2 6 12x plus a. Now b is eliminated from there because being a constant there. We have also derivative there. When we are what we see, it's again a quadratic function there. It's when we going to discuss in open interval 1 by 3, it's having a different value there. Then what is we seen that it's also derivable. Our fx is derivable in open interval 1 comma 3. Sorry. Now we have to be so that whatever its third condition is what? It's fa equal to fb. Here a is 1 and b is 3. Now we have to find out f of 1 and f of 3. How we get f of 1? It's 1 cube minus 6 1 square plus a into 1 plus b. To get f of 3 cube minus 6 3 square plus a 3 plus b. Now look, then after solving it we get f of 1 is what? 1 cube 1 minus 6 plus a plus b. Then we get f of 1 is what? It's a plus b minus 5. A plus b minus 5. Also what is f of 3? We get f of 3. It's a 27 minus 9 6 54 plus 3a plus b. Now we have 3a plus b minus 27. This is our f of 3. Now look up. It is given that for the function fx, its whole Our function is wholes. For Rowe's theorem, we have to find if it's holds, then what is what? Our f equal to fb, means these are equal. Then f of 1 equal to f of 3, means what we have? We have a plus b minus 5 equal to 3a plus b minus 27. Then we are going to solve it. Then we have, it's a 2a, b we cancel out. Then we have minus 27, it's a 2a, b we cancel out. It's a plus 27, 25 minus 5, we have 22. Then we get the value of a is what? 11. Now we get the a equal to 1. But what is our f dash x? It is a 3x square minus 12x plus a. Our f dash is what? 3x square minus 12x plus a. Now then what is our? It holds for the value of c. If we are going to find any c which belongs to our 1 root 3, it's given that c 2 plus 1 be 1 root 3 there. Then it's hold. Then our f dash c is what? It's a 0 there. Then what is our f dash c? It's a 3c square minus 12c plus a equal to 0. Now look, it's holds for Rolle's theorem, and we have a f of a equal to f of b, f of 1 equal to f of 3. Then we get the value of a is equal to 11 there. And to get our f dash c, we have 3c square minus 12c plus a equal to 0. Look, we have two of equation there, but both are independent of b there. That means since our equations are independent of b, means our b is arbitrary there. Arbitrary means we are any value of b can satisfy this equation. What we are going to put the value of b, it's arbitrary value 2, 3, 4, 5. Whatever you want to put there, since it's independent of b, then our b is arbitrary there. What do you want to put the value of b? It satisfies the equation there. It holds for our equation. What we are going to put the value of b there? Then what we see, it's a which is independent of b. These equations are independent of b. Then what we have? We get here, hence our value of a is what? 11. What about b? And our b is what? B is arbitrary. Our b is arbitrary. Our b is arbitrary values. It's any values there. Now we have discussed its first example there. Now we are going to move with. Now we move to with our another example. It's also based on Rolle's theorem. Verify Rolle's theorem for the function f(x) equal to x minus a to power m into x minus b to power n for all x belongs to the interval ab, where given that our m and n, where our m and n are some positive integers there. Now we have to be verify Rolle's theorem here. Now then we have to start with what? With function. We have f(x) equal to x minus a to power m, x minus b to power n. Now it's again a polynomial. I'm told that it's a polynomial, then it's polynomial. X minus a is polynomial, x minus b to power n polynomial. Then when we are going to be expand with using binomial theorem there, then its multiplication is also polynomial there. Since being polynomial, our f(x) is a continuous. Since our f(x) is polynomial, since every polynomial is a continuous function for all x, for every value of x, then our f(x) is continuous in closed interval ab. हमारा f(x) क्या हो गया? Continuous हो गया बेटा. Now we it's complete our first condition. Continuity is there. Now we have to check its differentiability. Also it's differential. What do we have? F dash x. Our f dash is given by using f into g functions, product of function there. Then we have m x minus a to power m minus 1 dds of fx. Write down x minus b to power n as usual. Then we are going to interchange with plus sign plus. We have n x minus b to power n minus 1, and we have x minus a to power m. What we see here? It's also differentiable, having different value in the interval, open interval ab. But we are going to be take it simplify this. We can take our common values there. We can take from here. It's lowest value x minus a to power m minus 1. Here the lowest value is x minus b to power n minus 1. Then our f dash x also can be written as x minus a to power m minus 1, x minus b to power n minus 1. Then what we have, since we taken x minus a to power m minus 1, then what we have, what we get here, we get here only m, and then x minus b to power, if we take n minus 1 common there, then we get x minus b. Then we have here m, x minus b. Here, what do we get here? We take n, x minus b, n minus common one there. Also x minus a to power m minus 1 common there. Then here we have n into x minus a. Now it's clear that it's having a different value in the interval, in the open interval AB, because our function is continuous and closed. Our function should be differentiable in open interval AB. It's clear that it's having a definite value. Now we are going to move our third condition of Rawls. What is our third condition? It's a what? F of a equal to f of b. F of a equal to f of b. Then we are going to find out the value of f of a. How we get our f of a? Putting a minus a to power m and a minus b to power n. What we see? It's a minus a. We get 0, 0 to power m. Then its whole value is equal to 0. Now we are going to find out f of b. Putting b here. B minus a to power m and b minus b to power n. Again we get here 0. Now what we seen there? We have f of a equal to f of b. Now all the three conditions are satisfied of Rawls there. Now since it satisfies all the three conditions of Rawls theorem, then what we have? Then there must exist at least one point C in AB such that our f dash c equal to 0. Then since our fx satisfied all the three conditions of Rawls theorem, then there must exist at least one point C belongs to open interval AB, such that what we have? F dash c is equal to 0. Our f dash c equal to 0. What is our f dash c? We can find out from here our f dash c. Putting at the place of x, we put the c here. Now our f dash c is given by, we are going to put here in the place of x c, then c minus a to power m minus 1. Then we have c minus a to power m minus 1, c minus b to power n minus 1, then m c minus b plus n c minus a equal to 0. Now we are going to solve it. Look, it's equal to 0 now. Since m and n we have in problem given that m and n are positive integers here, then m minus 1 and n minus 1 also positive integers, then it's a power, then the c minus a to power something and c minus b to power something. This multiplication having some positive values there, then these terms cannot be equal to 0. We have known that if a into b equal to 0, then if the product of a into b equal to 0, then either a0 or b0. But it's guaranteed that these are having the positive values there. Then its multiplication having also positive values there. Then these terms are not going to be equal to 0 there. And what is our 0? This part is our 0 there. And what do we have? M c minus b plus n c minus a equal to 0. And then m c minus b plus n c minus a equal to 0. Then our m c minus m b plus n c minus n a equal to 0. And what we have? Now we have m c plus n c, shifting the negative signs to the our right hand side, m b plus n a. Then what is the value of c? Taking c common there, then we have c is equal to what? m b plus n a m plus n. Looking this, all of you, some remind in your mind that it's having some What is this? Exactly, it is our section formula. If what you have learned in class 10 there in coordinate geometry there, it's our, if we have the divided the line in the m is to n ratio there, then it's our section formula, which is our for the internal section. Means it's divides, then our what is our in open interval AB divides the ratio in which ratio? M is to n. Divides in the ratio m is to n. Obvious, this belongs to our between AB because it divides the ratio into m is to n. Hence, the verification, because it's our section formula, then our open interval AB, it's divided internally in the ratio m is to n. Hence, it's verify our Ross theorem. Now we are going to move to our another problem there. Look our next another problem. What we have? It's a verify Ross theorem for fx sine 2 power 4x plus cos 2 power 4x in the interval 0 to pi by 2. Look, now it is a problem of NCERT exemplar there. We have a trigonometric function there. Now to verify Ross theorem, we have to verify that it must be continuous, it must be differentiable, and so also the value of f of 0 is equal to f of pi by 2. Then we are going to find out the value of c, which belongs to our open interval 0 to pi by 2 there. Then again to telling that it's continuous, again I am already discussed to you. For the sake of convenience, if we are looking that we have some doubts to show it's continuous or not continuous, but it can be written as continuous because our sine is continuous, then sine to the power 4x is continuous, our cos x is also continuous in its domain. Then also we have algebra of continuity and algebra of differentiability, that the sum of two continuous function is also continuous there. Then it's a continuous function. We can mention that. What do we mention that? We know that sine function and the cosine function are continuous as well as differentiable. We know that's our sine cosine function because the radius of sine x is what? Cos x, and the radius of cos x is what? Sine x. And obviously it's a differentiable also there. As the sum of two continuous or differentiable function is also continuous as well as the sum of differentiable is also differentiable. Then our given function is what? It's continuous as well as differentiable there. Now, what to discuss? Write down. We know that sine and cosine functions are continuous as well as differentiable at each point of R in domain there. It's in R real line as a sum. Now then their sum is also differentiable there. This implies what is sum of continuous, I don't hear differentiable, sum of continuous and differentiable functions is also continuous and as well as differentiable. Now our function is what? It's a continuous and differentiable. Then our fx equal to sine to power 4x plus cos to power 4x is continuous in 0 to pi by 2. If you don't want to be written that's in the written manner that is continuous differentiable, then one of the is that to first of all get the differentiability there, get the derivative of this function. What do we get? It's a 4 sine cube x into cos x by chain rule. It's a x to power n type and x to power n minus 1. But if we have take this sin x x, then by chain rule the radius of sin x is what? Cos x. Similarly we get the value of cos 4x is what? It's a 4 cos cube x, and the radius of cos x is what? Minus sin x. Now if you want to write down this in the theory manner there, Then first of all we are going to find out its derivative. Then we have mentioned that since it's a differentiable, then it implies it's a continuous there. Now it is our fx is differentiable in which in open interval 0 to pi by 2. Now our function is continuous, our function is also differentiable there. Then we are moved to our third condition of Rolle's. What is our third condition? Our f of a means f of 0 and f of pi by 2 should be equal there. Then we are going to get the value of f of 0. What is f of 0? To get f of 0, we have write down sine 0 to power 4 plus cos 0 to power 4 sine 0 to whole power 4 plus cos 0 to power whole power 4. The value of sine 0 is 0, 0 to power 4 0, cos 0 is 1, then we get 0 plus 1, we get 0 here. Now again pi by 2, sine pi by 2 power 4 plus cos pi by 2 to power 4, here sine 91, 1 to power 4 is 1, cos 90 is 0, 0 to power 4 0, then we get, sorry, here we write down 0 plus 1 is 1, sorry for it's my apology. Now what we have? 0 plus 1, 1 plus 0 is also 1, then what is? We have f of 0 equal to f of pi by 2. Now what we see that it also holds our third condition. Now what we see that all three conditions of Rolle's theorem are satisfied. So what do you have? So then there exists at least one point C belongs to 0 to pi by 2 for which our f dash c equal to 0. What is our f dash c? It's a 4 cos cube x sin x plus c0. Then look up, then we have to solve it. First of all, look, when we are going to solve it, we take common our, it's a 4 sin x into cos x, it's a 4 cos cube into sin x. When we are going to take common it, we can take what common? 4. We take 4 common there. Then also what we take common there, since it's lowest value is sin and cos. If we take 4 sin x into cos x common there, then what we have? We have here sin square x and here cos square x. Then after solving, what we get? We get 4 sin x into cos x in bracket sin square x minus cos square x. Then our, what do you want to say that our f dash x can be written as, we are going to take common 4 sin x into cos x here, 4 sin x into cos x. Then if we take 4 sin x into cos x common, then here we get sin square x, and then here we get it's minus sign, then we get sin square x minus cos square x. Now look, if we take 2 sin x into cos x, then we have 2 here, then 2 sin x into cos x, then we have it's a sin 2x. And what is this? This is our cos 2x. Then our f dash x is written as 2 sin into cos x, then it's our sin 4x. Now we are going to find out f dash c equal to 0. Then what we have? Then we have our sin 4c equal to 0. Then if our sin 4c equal to 0, then what is the value of c? How we get the value of c? You have, all of you are reading your class 11 there. When our sin c is 0 there, our what we get? Our sin c is 0 there. Then to get our sin c, what we have? Sin 4c is 0. Then our 4c is 0 what? Then our the value of c is what? Theta. By general rules, what? It's taking the integer value of 0, pi and 2 pi, if you remember in class 9 then. Then what do we get? Our 4c is equal to what? It's a 0, pi and 2 pi, because we have to be getting value. But our 4c is what? 0, pi, 2 pi. Then the value of c is what? It's a 0, and then it's a pi by 4, and second one is what? Pi by 2. Now we get the value of c, 0, pi by 4 and pi by 2. Now, but we have to find its c in the domain. What is our domain there? Open interval. We have to be our c. If you are going to the statement of Rolle's, then our c belongs to open interval 0, pi by 2. Then we cannot take 0 and pi by 2. Then our c is what? Equal to pi by 4 which is belongs to 0 pi by 2. Now we have verified our Rolle's theorem and also guess the value of c is equal to pi by 4 belongs to 0 pi by 2. Hence our Rolle's theorem is verified here. Now we take one of the example there to discuss with one of the problem with our Lagrange mean value theorem. Now look, we have one problem there. Find a point on y equal to x minus 3 whole square where the tangent is parallel to the chord joining 3, 0 and 4, 5. Here there is not any mention there that you verify Lagrange mean value theorem or Lagrange there. Then how can we suppose that it's a problem belongs to Lagrange mean theorem? Because here look, what is given there? Here given that tangent is parallel to chord. Yesterday I have discussed you in the statement of Lagrange mean value theorem that what is its geometrical interpretation. Its geometrical interpretation that the tangent is parallel to the chord. In Rolle's, what is that? In Rolle's is that at a given point the slope of tangent is what? The tangent is parallel to x-axis in the Rolle's. Here is our tangent parallel to the chord. Now we have to be what to show that we have to show for any function y equal to x minus 3 equal to 0, then our tangent is parallel to chord joining 3, 0 and 4, 1. Means we have to be verify your Lagrange mean value theorem. Then what we have? We have y equal to x minus 3 whole square. And what do we get? X square plus 9 minus 6x. Now to verify Lagrange, what is what? Our y is continuous. Why it is continuous? Being why it is our continuous? Being polynomial. Being polynomial, this is our continuous. Being polynomial, y equal to x minus 3 whole square, y equal to y is continuous. Being polynomial, this is our continuous. Where is it is continuous? It's our continuous in the closed interval, because what is the interval there? Look, it's a 0, 3, 0 and 4, 1. But when we are going to our geometrical interpretation, then we take the value AB on the x-axis there. Then we have take the interval what? It's our axis of point, then 3 and 4. It's a continuous in closed interval 3 is to 4. Now our y is continuous. Being polynomial, it's continuous in 3, 4. Also, what is our y dash? From here we get y dash what? 2x 9 is 0, 2x minus 6. Also y dash is differentiable in open interval 3, 4. Now our function is continuous and differentiable since both the condition of LMV are LM means matlab Lagrange mean theorems are satisfied there. Since both the conditions of Lagrange mean value theorem are satisfied, then what we have? We have there exists some C for which our f dash c is given by f of b minus f of a to the b minus a. What is our f dash c? We get 2c minus 6. F of b minus f of a. What is our a? Our a is 3 here and b is 4. Then we are going to get the value of what? F of a. What is f of a? Putting the here x equal to 3, then 3 minus 3 0. Then f of a is our 0. What is our f of b? 4. 4 minus 3 1. It's 1. Then f of b is our 1. F of a is 0 and 1. Or sorry, b is what? 4. And a is what? 3. Now 2c minus 6 equal to 1. Then 2c equal to 6 plus 1 7. Then the value of c is what? Our 7 by 2, which belongs to 3, 4. This is our 3.5, which belongs to our. Then at the point c equal to 7 by 2, our tangent is parallel to the chord there. Today we are discuss our problem there. Similarly, you can also, we have one of the problems. Also, you are going to verify Lagrange mean value theorem easily there. I'm not going to solve you just noted down the problem. You are moved to solve it. What do you have to do? Obviously, being a polynomial function, being a polynomial, our fx is continuous. It is clear you. It's continuous in this interval. It's given 3, 5. We have to verify Lagrange there. Also, our fx is differentiable Why? Because our fx, how we can write fx? It's x minus alpha, x minus beta, x minus gamma. Its a polynomial form is what? It's x cube minus sum of the zeros, 3, 6, 9, 9, 18 minus 18x square plus alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, 6, 3, 18, 9, 6, 54, 327. Then we have 37 at 45, 4, 9. Then it's a 99x. Then minus plus. Then we have minus here. Alpha into beta into gamma. 6, 3, 18. 89 ja 179. It's 89 ja 162. Now our fx, obviously it's a derivative. What do we have? 3x square minus 18 to 36x plus 99. It's a continuous, it's a differentiable. Then we have f dash c, f of b minus f of a and b minus a. Now you are able to put the values there. We find out the value of f of 5 and f of 3 and 5 minus 3 and get the value of c here. And now in our next classes, now we are going to move to start with our next chapter, rate of change there.